Welcome to Fox Valley Lutheran High School, the site for tonight's non-conference rivalry showdown between the visiting Xavier Hawks and the host Fox Valley Lutheran Foxes. Good Saturday afternoon, everyone. I'm Ricardo Arguello, part of USA Today Network Wisconsin, and we are bringing you another digital live stream. Hanging out, as always, with Brett Christopherson and bringing you those high-definition shots, Jim Rosandick. Again, we're all part of USA Today Network Wisconsin. And we got ourselves a pretty good one here. Not only is this a game featuring two rivals, though they do happen to play in different conferences, we have a pair of good teams, too. Fox Valley Lutheran coming in at 9-0, Xavier coming in at 10-1. Brett, we're expecting a good one between these two rivals, and it's fair to say that these two teams are rivals, Brett, because they meet in every other sport, and it's always an intense competition between the two.
Used to be in the same conference, right?
Yes.
Way back in the day, in the WISA years, Fox Valley Lutheran and Xavier, of course, and not all that long ago, Eastern Valley Conference rivals before the switcheroo, and now it's the Northeastern Conference. We always say Xavier needs to be in the Northeastern Conference. Get them out of the Bay and get them back where they can play the Fox Valley Lutherans all the time, the Freedoms, the Little Shoots, right? The Wrightstowns now is part of that, so that's a different topic for a different day. But, yeah, this is a good game. Fox Valley Lutheran, as you said, undefeated. Little surprised they're not ranked in the top 10 in Division II right now. I think that's a little bit of an oversight, if I do say so myself, especially when you have the reigning conference player of the year and Adam Lohberger, who's lighting it up again, Sam Fergie. Those two are kind of the dynamic duo. A very tall task for the Xavier Hawks to slow those two guys down. Conversely, Xavier ranked 8th in Division III. A team that has designs, again, on winning another Bay Conference championship. Very balanced team, going to get up and down the floor quickly. This is going to be a fun game to watch. And it's been a good year so far for Appleton, the city, as far as boys basketball, because not only that, but in the recent Division I poll just down the road, Appleton North ranked number 2.
That's true. So good year in general for the Fox Valley. Well, let's get to know Fox Valley Lutheran and Xavier. I'll start up with some Fox Valley Lutheran notes. Brett will follow with Xavier. These notes put together every week, as usual, by Brett. Well, what do we know about the Foxes? Well, they're coming off an impressive 72-56 win over Freedom. That was at home right here on Thursday. That was a battle between two of the top teams in the Northeastern Conference. Adam Lohberger and Sam Fergie, they shouldered much of the load for Fox Valley Lutheran. Lohberger finished with a game-high 29 points on 8 of 22 shooting. He also had 11 rebounds and 4 assists. Now, Fergie, he chimed in with 27 points up 10 of 16 shooting. He added 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals and 2 assists. Lohberger, by the way, also hit 4 3-pointers while Fergie knocked down 3. Elijah Lass was credited with 6 rebounds and 6 assists as well for Fox Valley Lutheran. The Foxes shot 45% overall. He also assisted on 19 of its 26 makes. It also grabbed 32 rebounds. Now on the season, Brett mentioned Lohberger, team's top scorer at 26.6 points. He's shooting 53% overall, 38% from three-point range. He's knocked down 28 triples. He's also converting 83% from the free throw line. Fergie, he's also over 20 points. He's at 20.7, shooting 52% overall, 32% from three-point range, and 57% from the line. Lohberger is also the Foxes' leader in rebounding at 9.3 per game. And as a team, Fox Valley Lutheran is shooting 48% overall, 33% from three-point range, and 66% from the free throw line. Opponents, well, they're shooting 38% overall and 26% from three-point range. Fox is also out-rebounding their opponents 34-23 in a sense, and averaging 9.6 steals a game. And FVL, overall, averaging 71.6 points a game, and they're allowing 52.2. Next for the Foxes, they're at Little Shoot on Tuesday, an NAC matchup. Tip-off scheduled for 7 o'clock. Brett, what can you tell me about the Hawks?
Yeah, let me tell you about the Hawks, Ricardo. 10-1 overall, and the Hawks ranked 8th in Division III, as I mentioned, in this week's WisSports.net State Coaches Poll. They're coming off a hard-fought 55-50 victory over New London. That was last night in a Bay Conference matchup at New London. That both teams came into that game undefeated in Bay Conference play, so definitely a good win for the Hawks. Hayden Quimby, he led Xavier with a game-high 15 points on 5 of 11 shooting. He also knocked down 4 threes. Sam Pfefferly added 11 points and also finished with 5 assists and 3 steals. The Hawks, Ricardo, posted 33 rebounds, came up with 10 steals, and they also assisted on 14 of their 16 made field goals. On the season, Tyler Brightman leads the team in scoring, 14.8 points per game. He's shooting 62% overall, 52% from three-point range, 55% from the free throw line. Quimby is next at 13.5 points. He's shooting 52% overall and 42% from distance, where he has hit a team best 26 threes. Pfefferly is next at 10.5 points. He's shooting 47% overall and 70% from the line. Brightman and Reed Hippis are the top rebounders at 8.2 and 5.3 per game, respectively. Pfefferly's 6.4 assists per game lead the Hawks in that category. As a team, Xavier is shooting 51% overall, 40% from three-point range, and 62% from the free throw line. Opponents are shooting 40% overall and 31% from three-point range. The Hawks are also out-rebounding their opponents 37.7 to 23.1 per game, so a decisive advantage on the boards, also averaging 10.9 steals per game. And then as we look at the scoreboard, Xavier, no surprise, averaging 76.1 points. As I said, they like to get up and down the floor and allowing just 54.5. Up next for the Hawks, another non-conference game, Ricardo. On Tuesday, they're hosting Wittenberg-Burnham with the Chargers at Torchy Clark Gym. Tip-off is scheduled for 6:30 p.m. Might be a little snowy that night.
It was a little snowy yesterday or early this morning. By the way, Brett, I have my rankings out. By the way, you can check my weekly prep chatter on postcrescent.com. Need to be a subscriber, though, to access some of these rankings, though. But I'll let loose some of this information, though, Brett. In the boys' side, interesting, Brilliant. This was before yesterday's games. I had Brilliant number 1 at 12-0. They just lost to Kiel.
Yeah, Kiel's a good
yesterday
team.
night. Kiel's a very good team. So some of these rankings will be affected next week. Number 2, Appleton North.
And they lost to Fond du Lac the other day.
Earlier this week to Fond du Lac, yes. I had them at 2. FBL I had at 3. Xavier I had at 4. And then Kaukauna coming in at number 5 overall.
That's a good 5.
It's just an interesting matchup between these two teams. Now, you can make a case that, let's say if FBL wins, right? They're undefeated.
Yeah.
I'd have to bump them up to number 1.
Would they finally crack the top 10 as well in the WIS Sports poll?
That is where I'm most surprised about. And, if that certainly happens, I'm going to have to ask Coach Wendland about that. And maybe they like being the role of the underdog a little bit.
I think when you're undefeated, Ricardo, and you have the Conference Player of the Year back, who has 26 points per game, should be in the top 10. Come on now.
Now on the girls' side, St. Mary Catholic I have top. Remember, these are pound for pound. So it's based on success against similar enrollment. So SMC I have number 1, Kimberly number 2, Hortonville number 3, Nina number 4, Xavier number 5.
Good group too.
And actually that is going to be a volatile top 5 because what Hortonville, Kimberly, and Nina, they all have 1 loss each in the FBA, and they all kind of beat up on each other. But SMC, Brett, our favorite coach, Jeff Chu.
Yeah, he's always got it humming there, doesn't he?
They're back to being respectable again. Remember that? They went a while there when he went over to Hortonville. I shouldn't say went over. I think they let him go or didn't renew his contract way back in the day. Built that team up.
SMC, right?
Yeah, built that team up at Hortonville. Kind of went through the same thing where he was kind of let go. Then he came back to SMC and has that program, which was floundering a little bit, back to respectability. It's amazing how he's been a winner everywhere he's gone.
I'd like to know his career record. He's got it. He should be a Hall of Famer, without a doubt. He should be a WBCA Hall of Famer.
And he does have 1 title.
Yeah.
I was there when they won it. SMC, that was back when they had Brett, that's back when they had the championships over at the Alliance.
Tell you how old I am. I remember back, I think it was 97 or 98. Must have been the 98, spring of 98. And WISA and both the Zephyrs boys and girls made it to what formerly known as the Mecca. That's where they played the WISA tournaments at I guess the U.S. Cellular Arena now.
That would be fun.
Jeff Chu was the coach back then of the girls, and Mark Zabel, Ali Zabel's father, was the coach of the boys Zephyrs program, and that was fun covering the Zephs down in Milwaukee. And Jeff is still doing his thing while Mark is just kind of watching his daughter do her thing for the Nina Rockets, right? One of the top players nationally in her class, Ali Zabel, a senior with the Rockets, who you guys just saw on Tuesday night fall to Hortonville. Rainey Wilson lighting it up, 35 points. Something about that Nina matchup that brings out the best in Rainey Wilson, I tell you. She's tough.
Well, Brett, we're happy to have you back. You missed that game due to illness. We had Mike Sherry pitch in.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys, and a lot of crap going around. I know you've had some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's annoying. It's just so annoying.
Well, you know what's really annoying now? There's just there's a lingering to
Yeah.
it now. It just doesn't. You're past the worst of it for sure, but now it just kind of lingers, and still a little tired from time to time. But you know, it's probably going to be that way for a little while. So.
But this is a great matchup between two rivals, Brett. I know FBL and Xavier, intra-city rivalry, the battle of the two city private schools.
Yeah, glad we could get this one on the schedule, and I got to thank Mark Stein, the athletic director here at Fox Valley Lutheran. I set it up before the Christmas break, so a couple weeks ago, and he's like, yeah, come on over. We'd love to have you, and great to chat with him a little bit. I actually got to talk to Matt Klarner, the Xavier coach, a little bit too. He thanked us for being here as well, so it's nice to be appreciated, Ricardo, is what I'm saying. Looks like we're going to have the presentation of colors, then the national anthem, starting lineups, and then we'll be underway here at FBL. Want to thank tonight's sponsors. Did I say tonight or today? I guess today, right?
Today.
This afternoon.
It's soon to be tonight.
Well, it's going to get dark in an hour, right? You got to love winter. But Cellcom, ETS Performance, and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Cellcom, keep your fitness goals without breaking your financial goals. Get a new phone and smartwatch for less than $10 a month at Cellcom. Visit cellcom.com/deals for details. ETS Performance is the leading provider of sports performance training for athletes across the Midwest and Northeast Wisconsin. Visit etsperformance.com to schedule your free athlete evaluation today at the ETS location nearest you. And Cooney's, they have the skills and experience to customize your apparel. Spread the word about your organization. Contact them today at 920-731-0922 or send them an email at Cooney's, COONEYS 0922 at sbcglobal.net.
right, so let's take a look at the starting lineups, Brett. For Xavier, we have a 6'2 guard, Sam Pepperly. At another guard, 6'1" senior Hayden Quimby. Also for Xavier at forward, a 6' senior Reed Hippeth. At guard, 6'3" senior Luke Kroll. And rounding out the starting lineup for Xavier is a 6'5" senior forward Tyler Brightman. For the Foxes, 6'4" senior Sam Fergie. Also 6' junior guard Graham Fight. Did I say that right, Brett?
You did, yep.
Okay. Also for the Foxes, number 5, 6'4" senior forward Adam Lohberger. And for the Foxes, number 23, 6'1" senior Liam Hyges. And rounding out that starting 5 for the Foxes is 6'3" senior forward Elijah Last. Good size for the Foxes, Brett. Again, really excited to see these two teams. Xavier and FBL. Hawks winning that tip-off.
Appreciate folks checking in this afternoon. We're streaming it on postcrescent.com. Also, Ricardo going Facebook on Green Bay and Appleton, because
nice.
I know there's some folks from the Green Bay area that attend the school, FBL, and also our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel.
Good defense so far for Fox Valley Lutheran. Good student section as well for the Foxes.
That's Brightman.
Yeah. I think Hippus almost had that rebound. Now it's corralled. That's number 23, Hyges.
Yeah, Fergie, Ricardo, number 1 for the Foxes, knocked it out. And looked like it was going to be an offensive rebound, but good quick hands by Fergie. Almost a steal. Reed Hippus nearly knocking it away. So very Fergie, Lohberger centric type offense. I think you're going to see number 1 and number 5 taking a lot of shots. There's Lohberger blocked, though, by Brightman. Offensive rebound, though, goes to Ricardo Elijah Last, and he's the first one to put a bucket through the hoop tonight.
2-0 lead early on here. Fox Valley Lutheran High School site for tonight's non-conference rivalry game between the Hawks and the Foxes. Is that shot up and no good, goes out of bounds.
Luke Krell, number 13, great move. He kind of claps his hands, knew he had it when they reversed, but just couldn't finish. But it was a good attack along the baseline and got freed up.
There's Fergie. Over to Last as offense, I should say the Xavier defense kind of confusing or confounding FBL, and that's a turnover.
Ricardo, what I like, number 21, Tyler Brightman for the Hawks. You know, when sometimes you see these kids, they pick up the dribble, and the defender should go right in your grill, right in your face, without causing any sort of foul, and that's what Brightman did, and it just forced the turnover because of a drag of the pivot foot.
Brightman, all 6'5" of them.
Yeah, being guarded heavily by Lohberger. That's a good matchup right there. Brightman, rainbow 3, and gets it to roll through the hoop. Brightman and the Hawks are not going to be afraid to chuck up some threes.
No, that has been their MO for a long time.
Yeah, and creating turnovers with their defense, right? Or creating, I should say, offense with their turnovers. Good collapse in the paint on Lohberger. But so many times over the years under Matt Klarner, you see that defense really pressure and knock away those balls and get a lot of transition points. Sometimes they're known also to sort of leak on a shot, and you get a little layup off a defensive rebound, so quick transition buckets. It's a good style. Fergie, jumper in the paint. They're going to say offensive foul, though.
Okay. It's a second turnover on offense for the Foxes.
(3-2) as we look at our Cellcom ETS Performance scoreboard. Brightman again. Well, nice little up and under, Ricardo. There's a little Kevin McHale action there.
Brett, That is too old of a reference for the kids nowadays.
Well, look it up because that was what Kevin McHale made his money, right? Those up and under moves. That's just such textbook stuff. Last with a miss, just can't get it to fall. Good look. And quickly down the floor are the Hawks. Brightman, he's feeling it. He's clapping his hands from the top. Rainbow's one short that time, but your leading scorer, you like that shot.
You do. That was really a looping shot as well. As
oh, nice move by Fergie.
Yeah, right-hand layup.
Yeah, and then a little kind of a flick to finish, but kind of had the defender back a little bit, a little hesitation move, a little start and stop. 3, that was number 13, Luke Kroll, and going to go to FVL, but that Fergie, he kind of attacked, a little stop, got the defensive defender back a little bit, and then as he was a little off balance, just took off through the paint. It was a nice finish.
5-4 lead for Xavier here early on. Nearing the 14-minute mark of the first half, just underway essentially at Fox Valley Lutheran High School.
Both teams off to a fantastic start. Xavier 10-1 overall, FVL 9-0. In fact, the Hawks just lost their first game. It was on December 29th. They fell to Milwaukee Pius, 65-48. Nice feed and finish for Brightman. And Ricardo Brightman has all 7 points for the Hawks. But yeah, the Hawks, that was part of the WBY shootout at Concordia University. As Fergie promptly answers, he's got 5, first triple, and we're all tied up. So the Hawks, that was they beat New London last night, coming off of that loss to Pius as Pfefferly, his first bucket. And here we go, back and forth. Hawks struggled in that game against Pius. They just shot 34% overall and hit 5 of 20 from three-point range. Kind of surprised to see that score. I think the Pius right now is 7-4 overall. Tough shot off the glass. It's number 23, Liam Hyges.
Those are always interesting matchups when they're at like holiday tournaments and stuff, BC. Neutral courts, you never know, kind of in the air in some ways. As that's Kroll.
That is just attacked. It got to pass his defender. The lane was wide open. Good finish. And Ricardo back and forth. A very offensive start for both teams. We're going to get a foul, I think, on Xavier.
Foul. Yeah, foul is on Reed Hippis. Hippis, heck of a linebacker for the Hawks. He's on my all-area team from this past fall. First teamer, I believe.
Just came out recently, didn't it?
Yeah, I want to say a couple weeks ago. Right after Christmas, says Fergie.
Ooh, boy, oh boy. Fergie's got 7. Rosie, I hope you're ready to. I hope that camera is loose and ready to go because you're going to be going back and forth all afternoon with these two teams. Boy, they can light it up. Real strong on that one. It's a good look, though, by number 30, Logan Ramchick for the Hawks. First look. Fergie feeling it. Attacks the lane and short on that one, but good shot. Offensive rebound, though.
Turnover on FVL, it is.
Yeah, Liam Hyde just had the offensive rebound, but couldn't corral it and set things up. So the Hawks with it, tied 11 apiece. Just under 12 minutes to play. Good to see Julie Detchen over there at FVL. But she's handling the camera duties here at the school. Coach, as you like to call her, Ricardo.
She was in Tennessee over the holidays, I believe.
See her at Clubhouse Live all the time, our Packers show. Deep 3 for number 30, splash. That's Logan Ramchick. Already 4 players have scored. There's Coach Detchen, former softball coach, right?
That's right.
Does a lot of the photography here. You know she took our picture.
Absolutely.
Hopefully she got my good side. And there's a friendly bounce for number 3, Graham Fight.
You have a good side?
I do. 4 players have scored now for FVL as well. So kind of 2 offenses right now really matching each other, Ricardo.
We kind of figured this would be a high-octane kind of game, Brett. Both these teams averaging over 70 points a game. But, 14 to 13 with 11:08 and left in the first half, Brett. I was just going to say, the fans are getting their money's worth.
Yeah, left hand.
That steal and
fight again.
Finish, wow.
Fight now with 4 points and lead for the Foxes. Is that the first lead for FPL today?
Well, they did lead 2-0 to
That's
start.
Right. Yeah, that was short-lived, right? As Isaiah Desjardins now. 5 players, Ricardo, have scored already for the Hawks.
Desjardins, also a great running back. I think he averaged over 10 yards a carry for the Hawks in the fall. Look at that.
Tough finish by Lohberger, his first bucket. 3 triples for the Hawks, but now.
Very physical, not afraid to go in the paint and finish.
Pfefferly whistled for the foul. And Lohberger now trying to complete the 3-point play. And does so. So Lohberger, he's got 3. 5 different players have scored now for the Foxes as well. 18-17, FPL back in front. Feels like a game that's going to go down to the wire, even though we got a long way to go. Feels like this evenly matched. Wow, just good skill, Ricardo. Ramczyk, quick 5 points for him. And just really good footwork on that block. And stolen by Ramczyk. He's going to try to take it up and in. Can't get it to fall, but Johnny on the spot. Isaiah Desjardins has 5. There's that pressure, Ricardo. Oh, nice feed from Lohberger. Pump fake and well done by number 23, Liam Hygis. Ricardo Hygis did a nice job not forcing that right away. The defender was there, but that pump fake got the defender up in the air. Open up some space for Hygis.
Boy, Ramczyk is really popping so far, Brett. You know, number 30, he's only a freshman, 6'1".
Yeah, he doesn't look like a freshman, does he?
No.
And he's I thought he was going to let it fly. I'm just amazed. I say it every time, every year. Turnover, so FPL ball. How these 8th graders can come in as freshmen and look like they belong at the varsity level.
Well, they got to be excited for that future with that young man.
Good crowd here on this Saturday afternoon. A little snowy in northeast Wisconsin. Was hoping we could get through a winter without any snow.
Oh, Brett, boy, oh boy, that's a dream.
We almost made it through a week of January, though. That's pretty good. January's flying by. Does anybody out there like the month of January?
I do. It's my birthday.
Yeah? Well, now it's over.
Well, just the first week.
Now it's over.
Now I can go back to not liking it.
And how about that take and finish for number 4, Lucas Papendorf. 6 different players now have scored for FPL. Who do you focus on? Both sides.
Right, exactly. This team is so well balanced, both of them, and that hip is no good. Rebound crawl.
Fergie with the skying for that rebound for the Foxes.
I would say that both these teams are kind of similar to each other, wouldn't you say, BC?
Oh, no doubt. They're very similar styles, good offensive weapons. There's, in and out for Lohberger. I guess when you look at the stats, there's a 3 for the Hawks with the miss, and rebound, though, is number 10 coming up with it. And that's Luke Krull. Reed Hippis with the rebound, but Krull with the triple. And Krull now with 5. When you look at the stats for FPL, it's just really heavy Fergie and Lohberger, but very impressed with their complementary pieces.
It seems more balanced than that, doesn't it?
Sure does. Again, good move and a little reverse spin by Hygis, who's got 6 points.
Hygis, a starting quarterback for the Foxes, also a very good linebacker in the fall. He was on my all-area team somewhere, I know he was. And we have a foul on the floor.
Yeah, I think it's going to be on Fergie. Okay, he picks up his second, so decision time for Jay Wenland. They're gonna keep Fergie in the game. I think Yeah, no, he's going to check out with 7:23 and those 2 fouls. That's a big foul. One of your leading scorers having to take a seat on the bench. Watch the Hawks always moving, and that 3 rims out. Nice rebound by Pappendorf, who's bringing it up the floor.
Nearing the 7-minute mark here in the first half.
Same with the Foxes, always moving, nothing stagnant. Almost a turnover, but nice job by Lohberger, and he'll go to the line.
Thought that was going to drop for a second as Lohberger will be going to the line, shoot 2. Again, Lohberger, 6'4" senior forward.
Brightman picks up the foul. Lohberger, the reigning Northeastern Conference Player of the Year. He's got 3 points so far tonight, or today, I should say. He's 1 of 1 from the free throw line, make it 2 of 2. FEL, a Division II team. I wonder what that cutoff is for enrollment. That's a tough postseason task, Ricardo, when you go up to Division II.
Well, if you're implying that they're one of the smaller D2 teams, I agree with you. They are.
Too bad they can't stick around in D3, right? They'd probably, they can make a run in D2 as well, but they'd be pretty formidable in D3, I would think.
Let me tell you this, Lohberger. I was close to having him on the Fab Five. He was right there. He was one of a small group of players who were kind of like considering them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you have the Northeastern Conference leading scorer, you got to be considered for that, as that shot is up and no good.
Gabe Hyde, number 30, a sophomore, with the rebound for FEL. Maybe he's motivated to prove you wrong.
Maybe. That happened with Chevalier, Emery Chevalier. Am I saying that right? No.
Yeah,
Chevalier
Emery.
Yes. He let me have it.
Had Nina. How about Josiah Butler, too, I thought was.
Yep, he was as
former
well.
Fox standout. I wonder if he's watching today.
Brett, that just shows me that the kids, they all want to be on the Fab Five.
That's right. Lohberger, he's going to let it go, and nothing but net. And did he just look up here at you?
I don't think he did, but he has every right to, my friend.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
That would have been funny if he had. 5-point lead, largest of the game for FEL. Good bounce pass inside. Some contact. Hayden Quimby, number 3, had the shot inside, just couldn't get it to fall, and FEL a chance to build on this 5-point lead. Nice bounce pass inside. We're going to have to get it out of there, and somehow, I don't know about that.
Wow.
Quick whistle, but a turnover for the Foxes. Good defense by Xavier, really collapsing in the paint, making it tough to do some work when they got down low. Kicking that ball around a little bit.
5:24 left in the first half. 29-24 lead for the Foxes on your Cellcom ETS scoreboard. These two teams are fun to watch. I'm going to tell you that, BC.
They are very enjoyable.
I love the way they play. Really fill up that hoop. A lot of athleticism on the court.
Big time, but good skill, too.
A little bit of a kick there on FEL. Possession will stay with Xavier.
I mentioned Josiah Butler. You know, he was on that FEL team 2 years ago that won a conference title. Actually, FEL, Ricardo, is looking for its 3rd straight Northeastern Conference championship.
Underrated.
Foxes shared it last season with Little Chute. Both finished 16-2 in league play. FEL also won it 2 seasons ago at 17-1. They were led member of Josiah Butler that season. He was the conference's top scorer. Currently at UW-Stevens Point, where he is leads the pointers in scoring right now. Seth Myron.
I knew you'd mention that sooner or later.
Got to, right? Seth Myron on that team. Jake Buchanan from Kimberly on that team. Brightman working against Lohberger. That's a good match. Oh, and there's Brightman doing some work, using that pivot foot, right? And just didn't give up on the play.
Is Bennett still coaching?
The pointers, no.
Okay.
No, actually, brand new coach this year. Is it Dernbach, I want to say? Came from UW La Crosse. He was an assistant for UW Stevens Point. So a new era for Pointer basketball. And doing pretty well. I think they're 7-5. And again, Josiah Butler, if you're listening, congratulations on the success so far.
A little bit of a late call there. Lohberger whistled.
That's
How many
his
fouls
first.
does he have? Okay, that's his first. 4:08 left in the first half.
Pretty clean half, Ricardo. Only 3 fouls apiece. 29-26 as we look at our Cellcom ETS performance scoreboard here at Fox Valley Lutheran. Two of the best teams, certainly in the city of Appleton and Northeast Wisconsin. You think FVL feels a little slighted about not being in the top 10 in D2?
I would.
Come on, you're 9-0 and Brightman rainbowing one. That's short. And another chance for the Hawks, just hustling for those rebounds. That was Isaiah Desjardins grabbing the loose ball. And that's what happens when you get numerous opportunities. Brightman able to score the basket, and a 1-point game. I was just going to add up Brightman. He's got a nice game so far.
Brightman, one of the Elite 11. Remember that, Rosie? Not this past year, but the year before, which is why I put him on the 10. I think he had 8 interceptions.
Brightman with 11 points so far. How about that take and finish for Pappendorf, who's got 4. Good find.
Hippus.
Yep, to Brightman, who now has 13. Just cutting through, and great vision by Hippus.
Yes, outstanding court vision by Reed Hippus.
Good action, too, just freeing up Brightman. Great battle here. I'm glad we're here doing this stream. Second game of the week live stream for us, and that is going to, well, we got a little wrestling match there between Pappendorf and Ramchick.
You know where they're having some wrestling matches are? We're over there at Kaukauna, Brett.
Is that the Cheesehead this weekend?
Cheesehead, the 25th annual Cheesehead.
Do you have to go over there for that at all?
No.
Mike Sherry, is he there for that?
No, we just have a photographer there, I think. We do all the roundups. You know, they get all the information, and then we have it on postcrescent.com. (31-30), FEL with the lead.
Bounce pass again, good find. Is blocked though by Brightman.
Wow, Brightman, his second one.
Yeah, looked like Last had a pretty good look at it, but Brightman came in last second, knocked it away. And Hawks now with a chance to take the lead.
Like to see Brightman very active on the defensive end for the Hawks.
Hippus with the miss. Lohberger with it. 2 minutes to go. Are they going to keep Fergie on the bench with those those fouls? I think so, huh? Don't want him to pick up number 3 here late in the first half.
Right.
Lohberger trying to work off that screen. Nope. Good kick out. 3 from the wing. Short. That was Liam Hyges with the miss, but quickly down. There's Ramchick with the miss as well, and almost a travel, but able to get it away. It looks like we have a timeout coming for FVL.
Yeah, you're right, Brett. Very close to being a travel. 1:42 left in the first half. Score is 31-30. Fox Valley Lutheran on your Cellcom ETS scoreboard. 61 points already combined, Brett. That's a fair amount of points.
Good look at, well, I guess the back of Jay Winland's head there, but what a job he's done here. 4th season with the Foxes, Ricardo. He's 64-19. That's what I have him for. Looking to lead the Foxes to their 3rd straight 20-win season. Previously coached St. Croix Lutheran in Minnesota before coming here. The Foxes 22-4 last season. Remember, they fell to New London in a regional final. 2 seasons ago, they went 21-5. Again, got to the regional final, but fell to Medford. So he's really done a nice job of revitalizing this Foxes boys basketball program now. Certainly a mainstay, not only in the Northeastern Conference, but one of our, here in this region, a team that is to be reckoned with. Definitely on their way to another 20-win season for FVL. So he's really got that program going. Yeah, great trap. And that's going to be a foul on number 3, Graham Fight. So good job talking about coaching, Matt Klarner coming out of that timeout saying they're not going to expect that pressure.
Right.
And getting the turnover. So a little chess match even within the timeout as Coach Winland trying to set something up, and Matt Klarner countering already with that full court pressure. Sam Pfefferly with the make. Ricardo, he's got 3.
Ties up the game. Hawks can take the lead back, I should say. Good on a second. 32-31. Xavier.
Here's that pressure.
They, just as Brett said. I like this little tweak that Klarner's doing, Brett.
Yep, making things uncomfortable. But I was just going to say good job by FEL to break it, but again, a steal, and Pfefferly, there's that defense creating offense that we've seen so many times over the years. Whoa, watch out.
Dangerous pass.
Very dangerous pass. And FEL now will set up. 3, rims out. Nice rebound. Nope, the Hawks got it. Good hands by Luke Krell, number 13. Under a minute to go. Oh, a little miscommunication there. Miscommunication between Hippus and Pfefferly. Hippus was setting the screen thinking that Pfefferly was going to go instead. Pfefferly thinking that Reed was going to release on the block and maybe have a layup. So just the wrong read from both guys.
Oh, he had a man open down low. Brett, I think last was darting down in the paint.
But that's what this that pressure's doing, right? Is it really making things uncomfortable right now for the Foxes? So I'm sure something that Coach Winland's going to talk about at halftime here. Can FEL hold for a final shot? Nope. They're going to take a 3 from the corner. No good. And what are we going to get here? Going to be on FEL.
Hawks have done a great job of swinging momentum here, Brett. They were down 29-24 at one point. Now they have a 10-2 run going.
And I think that that full court pressure here, just that we saw recently within the last couple minutes or so, has helped build that momentum going into halftime. Last shot coming up for the Hawks. Final 5 seconds. Tough shot, no good. That was Quimby with the miss, and I don't think that's going to count.
No.
And we are here at the half. Very entertaining first half of basketball at FEL. 2 top teams here in our region going at it. And as expected, we got a barn burner, a close one here. And as we take a quick look at our Cellcom ETS performance scoreboard, shows the Hawks leading the Foxes. We'll talk more about the game and everything we have coming up digitally. That includes our Packers show Monday night, Clubhouse Live, after this short break.
Cellcom, our promise of extraordinary service makes life better for us all. It's about keeping you at the center of every extraordinary thing we do. It's technology with a heartbeat.
Promote your business, unite your team, or just get your name out there with help from the professionals at Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Family owned and operated for over 20 years, we have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your business or organization. We can put your logo, name, or anything else you want on any article of clothing. From embroidery and screen printing to graphic design and heat press services, we've got you covered. Call today.
Welcome back to FVL, Fox Valley Lutheran High School here in Appleton, Wisconsin. You blame me for all the commercial mishaps.
We love you, Brett.
It's been a while since I've been in this chair. I blame that supersized cold I'm just getting over. Doesn't have me completely focused and sharp, but at least that's what I'm going to say. But again, we look at our ETS, Cellcom ETS performance scoreboard. The Hawks on top of the Foxes, 34-31. We're at halftime. And again, want to thank our sponsors, Cellcom ETS Performance and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Appreciate their support of high school sports and what we're doing here for our Game of the Week and all of their support. Northeast Wisconsin High School Sports Award Show coming up in June at the Lambeau Field Atrium. But Ricardo, I know you're kind of jotting down some stats, all that good stuff. Anything that jumped out at you in this first half?
Other than the 10-2 run by Xavier, remember it was 29-24 at one point there late in the first half, and then Xavier, again, but like you mentioned, Brett, kind of buoyed by a defensive spark going to that pressure defense, really kind of turned things around for the Hawks. They turned that 5-point deficit into a 34-29 lead. With that 10-2 run, Brett, or 34-31 lead, I should say. And but really, I've so far in the first half, I've been impressed with both teams. You mentioned it right kind of to start. This might come down to the last minute or so. I see nothing that will change my mind on that.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to have a barn burner all the way through, a two-possession type, and it's not going to get out of hand or anything like that. So that's what we're banking on anyway. But, yeah, very impressed, both sides, and not surprised that you can tell, but very well coached, right? The way they play offensively, very crisp. There's some turnovers, but I blame more the defense, particularly the Xavier defense. They're just known for that. But very impressed by how they operate offensively, always moving, screening. There's nothing stagnant about these offenses, and definitely a lot of fun to watch. So, hey, things that we have coming up digitally, I guess I can mention Clubhouse Live on Monday. That's our Packers show. Keyshawn Nixon will be on hand, and his guest will be Jonathan Owens. All takes place at the Fox Club Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium in Grand Chute, home of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. Also the home to Clubhouse Live all season long. Show starts at 6:30. It's free admission. Gates open at 4 o'clock. Will we be celebrating a Packers playoff berth on Monday's show? I hope so. It'll be a lot more fun. Ricardo's, your Bears ain't playing for anything. They're done, all right?
That's the perfect time to knock the Packers out of the playoffs.
They're not playing for anything. So let us have our fun here and let us have a fun show, because then we keep things going. But definitely check it out. There's a little bit of a buzz that Jonathan Owens is going to be there. I'm not going to say anything more because I don't know anything. But
so quit asking Brett.
I have no idea if his significant other will be there, but maybe, maybe not. Come on over.
Taylor Swift, is that a significant other? Oh.
Come on over and take a look, though, and enjoy some Packer football. So 6:30 is the start time. You can't make it in person. You can always watch it on any of our websites, Facebook pages, YouTube channel as well.
Did you enjoy watching me take over the show last week? Brett.
I
Enjoy's a strong word.
Yeah, because I was not feeling well, obviously. I wish I would have been there. It was very surreal to watch the show from that vantage point. But I thought you did a great job, and I enjoyed it from that standpoint. But I'd rather be there, obviously.
And I'd rather have you there. I'd rather not have to do that again, Brett.
Regardless of what I ended up having, there was just no way I was going to make it. I could tell Sunday even. I was like, ugh, I just do not feel good.
I'll tell you what, I went into the green room with Josiah DeGuara.
He was our co-host
and
last
Ben
week.
Sims.
Yep, his guest.
And I said, listen, Brett's out. He's out. I'm hosting the show. They couldn't have been more. They were like, okay. I'm like, basically, this is going to be interesting. I said, don't worry about it. I have some surprises for you. It's going to be fun, and it was. And
yeah, you did.
I got to give those two guys credit. They played along. They had a good time, and I have to give some love out to our regulars, Brett. I fumbled the ball, so to speak, a couple times.
Well, you did great.
They were right there to help me pick it up.
I thought you did a good job. I thought you did a great job. The only thing you missed, though, was you didn't say what I had to do if the Bears beat the Packers.
I did. You're right. I did forget about that.
Now,
yes.
I will put that out publicly that I will sit at the desk with a teddy bear.
Yes, that's what it was.
All right, so I will do that if the Bears win. If the Packers win, you said you were going to wear a cheese head, I think. So.
Yeah, and everyone wanted me to wear for the rest. Those things, your head sweats a lot. I'm not a big fan of that.
Well, you should have come up with something else. That was up to you.
Maybe we can make a late inaudible. But we'll see. I don't mind wearing the hat just as I got to let my scalp breathe.
Yeah, I know. Well, we'll see what happens. Should be a fun game tomorrow at Lambeau. Packers, Bears. Love playing great football right now. And for his sake, I hope that he goes out. I hope if they lose, they lose with him playing well. I would hate for him to have this great stretch of games and really a nice season overall, and it ends in a stinker. But
who are you talking about?
Jordan Love.
Oh, okay.
You know, he's obviously looks like a franchise-type quarterback. So see how it goes. But also Wednesday's Varsity Roundtable. That's our live weekly look at the Fox Valley High School sports scene. We're going to be back at it 7 o'clock on Wednesday. Postcrescent.com, Facebook.com/Postcrescent. You know who's going to be on?
It's going to be either Notre Dame or St. Mary Catholic. I'm trying to get one of those two on. Might be St. Mary Catholic because Notre Dame right now, Brett, they're on the road playing out of state.
Okay.
So we'll figure it out. Hopefully get that finalized later today.
Yeah, and then next Friday, we're going to do Kimberly versus Appleton East girls basketball, our varsity game of the week. That's going to be a good game. Both teams ranked in the top 10.
And by the way, gentlemen, we got to get our podcast back up this week. We have a number of things to talk about, mostly about the basketball stuff.
Sure.
But also possibly wrap up or talk more about the Packers season. The Badgers wrapped up last week as well. A lot of stuff to talk about, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, now we got the break is over, right? So
everyone's healthy.
Well, we're getting there anyway, right? I know you got some.
Oh yeah.
Throat stuff, and Mike Sherry's been dealing with some stuff. It's just that time of year, and all that I hate to say crap, but that's what it is going around. So second half starts Xavier with the basketball. Brightman and splashes one through. Boy, he's got a high arcing rainbow type shot, but nails it. Now he's got 16. Actually, first half scoring for the Hawks. Pfefferly with 6, Desjardins 5, Kroll 5. Brightman had 13 now with 16, and Ramchick with 5. For the Foxes, Fergie had 7, Fight with 4, Pappendorf 4, Lohberger 8, Liam Hygis 6, and last with 2, and offensive rebound just can't get it to fall. 6-point lead for the Hawks quickly down the floor. And almost knocked away.
Yeah,
I think they're going to get a foul, though.
To use a math term, Brightman has quite the parabola when it comes to that shot. It's high and it's arcing, it's almost looping.
But he makes them.
He does.
Lohberger now picks up his second, so something to keep an eye on, both Lohberger and Fergie. There's that up and under.
Hippis.
Just can't finish his Hippis, but a good move. Yeah, he claps his hands. He knows he should have knocked that one down. If the Foxes can get Lohberger going, that's a tough shot. Ooh, short. And he's fouled, and Hippis is like, what?
Official explains to Reed possibly why he was whistled for that foul. 16:42 left in the second half. 37-31 lead for Xavier.
Reed Hippus picks up his second. And there's not a shooting foul, though. So Fox is looking to inbound it and trying to play that high-low, but good job by Hippus fronting the post with Lohberger, and there's some weak side help there as well. Look at it, playing up, even when you don't have the ball. It's just trying to really make things uncomfortable right now. It seems like the Hawks have really dialed up that pressure. And there's a defensive rebound. Boy, down the floor they come. They're going to play a little high-low with Brightman and just can't get it to fall. Near a perfect execution. Just couldn't get it to fall off the glass.
Last.
Yeah, quickly down the floor. Playing a little what Xavier likes to do.
Last with the left hand, too. Very nice move by the big senior.
Much needed bucket for the Foxes. Seemed like it had been a while since they knocked one down. Rims out, just can't get it to fall, was Luke Kroll. Good look. Chance for the Foxes to make it a three-point game. What do we got here? Offensive foul. Lohberger, Ricardo, that's his third.
Whoa.
So 2 quick fouls here to open this half.
Yeah, 15:25 left, but lots of time left to go in the second half.
Leading scorer for the Foxes now. And Coach Wendland not going to take his leading scorer out of the game. If you're Xavier, you kind of want to attack that, though, don't you? Pfefferly, no good, and here come the Foxes.
Another shot that was around and out.
Boy, they're guarding. Hippus is guarding Lohberger wherever he goes. Fergie, tough shot.
A little more disjointed this half, Brett.
Some good looks for the Hawks, though. Seems like FPL struggling to really get some of those looks that we saw kind of the first 2/3 of that first half. But credit that Xavier defense. There's that rainbow by Brightman and knocked back. A little back tap for the Hawks. Leaner. And wow, Brightman came in almost with the finish.
Yeah, what an effort by Tyler Brightman. Look at that defense too, Hippus on Lohberger, Brett.
Oh, a little behind the back type pass. Foxes will reset, little elbow jumper short. Go, good save, and in for Fight.
Who had that save? I missed that.
I missed that too. I don't know if Rosie
nice
caught
play.
that, but was that 24 maybe? Was that last trying to save the ball? Deep three, no good. That was Quimby with the miss, and now a chance maybe for Foxes to take the lead. Fergie kicks out, three-pointer, short. And I think we're going to get a foul on Xavier.
Yeah, you know, a few of the Valley Lutheran Foxes' shots, Brett, have come up just short.
Lohberger and Fergie, Ricardo, they were unanimous all NEC first team last season. Lohberger Player of the Year honors after leading the conference in scoring at 17.2 points per game. He also ranked second in the league at rebounding at 8.6. Fergie, 13.2 points per game last season.
Got kind of physical down there in the paint, Brett.
Wow, Lohberger with a good offensive rebound and knocked away by Brightman. Boy, quickly down to the Hawks, just lost control. Play maybe a little too, man, no, I'm not going to say that. That was just a mishandle. That's they're used to playing that way.
And sometimes when you play fast like that, Brett, you're going to have to live with those kind of things happening. which I'm sure Klarner is fine with.
Yeah, speaking of Matt Klarner, got to give him his props. Is this already his 13th season with the Hawks? 261 and 64, his career record. That's an .803 winning percentage.
That's a great, great record.
He is the program's winningest coach, and that's saying something, huh? 261 victories. Legendary Torchy Clark is second with 208 wins. What a run Klarner has had as Pfefferly goes up, knocks it down. He'll go to the line for a chance at the three-point play.
Yeah, he's been at a couple of state tournaments, won one or won two.
Yeah, I've got that actually in the game notes. I'll
proud to say that I was there to cover those championships, and I know one was kind of a close call that they lost as well.
Yeah, he led the Hawks to the Division III title in 17.
Okay.
And they had back-to-back Division III state runners-up in 15 and 16, so
right.
3 straight title game appearances. Remember that 16-17 Hawks team went 28-0. There's Hygis now with a bucket.
Powerful, powerful layup there by Hygis. But, yeah, and I think one of them, was that Plowman who did that rim out? I'm trying to remember.
Oh.
Do you remember that play?
Yeah.
And I think they came back to win the title the next year.
Yeah.
I mean, those are just some great Xavier teams.
Oh, he's got every year. I mean, what a record.
Great backcourts.
To be the program's winningest coach, talking about Matt Klarner in a program steeped in winning and tradition as the Xavier boys basketball team is really saying something. And what a run he's had. And it looks like going to keep it going.
Yeah.
3.
The Xavier program is in great hands.
Really is, and so well coached. So well coached. Lohberger, left hand.
Oh,
that little move.
Wow.
Looked like he was kind of stuck there. It was a little Jordan-esque, huh? Almost a hand switch.
Very nice. Impressive.
1-point game again as Brightman now feeds the block. Good move, little backdoor, and the bucket for
That's the
Ramchick.
The freshman.
Looking at Ramchick, he's got 7. Yeah, you look at Xavier. They've won or shared the past 3 Bay Conference championships. Hawks were 12-2 last season. Is Ramchick good? 2 programs that have done a lot of winning. Certainly in recent years as well, but overall for the Hawks. But the 12-2, 25-3 overall behind conference co-player of the year Alex Sherwood, who's now at Division II St. Leo. I wonder if Alex is watching tonight. One of the
offensive, right.
One of the program's all-time leading scorers, Alex Sherwood.
Already in January, Brett. In a few months, we'll be over at the Kohl Center and the Resch.
FPL still seeking its first WA state tournament appearance in program history. Yeah, should get a little January week going, huh? I heard you guys talking about that on Tuesday. That's for me psychologically to get through the month of January.
Gotcha.
Quick foul on Pfefferly. He's got 5 team fouls now in Xavier, just 4 for the Foxes. Good game here, 4-point game, 11:26 to play as we look at our Cellcom ETS performance scoreboard. Back at it next Friday night. Got the Kimberly Appleton East Girls game, and how about Lohberger just spotting up and letting it fly. He's got 13, and back to a 1-point game.
Oh boy.
Number 20, Trenton Hine with the foul.
Nice turnaround by Pfefferly, Brett, down low.
He's got 11. Seems like any time the Foxes make a little bit of a run, right, hit a bucket, Xavier quickly answers. Fergie with the attack. Oh, good job. Just kind of using that shoulder just enough. Did everything right there. Just couldn't get it to fall. Rims out. A good strong move, though. 3 from the top, short, and boy, Xavier does a good job of just kind of tapping that ball around on defensive rebounds. Foxes, they want to foul, Foxes fans.
It's kind of physical down there, but
just good hard play by Pfefferly,
yeah, and I think the officials have been pretty consistent with that. They've been letting them play.
Three to tie it. That's going to be off target. Good look, though, by Pappendorf.
Travel.
And, so coming right back.
The freshman took a few too many steps, and that's a tee.
Oh,
boy.
Who's that on?
And I know this official here was.
He's calling
on Luke Krull, yeah.
Krull, okay.
I know the official was hearing it from Klarner and maybe some of the Xavier folks, and I think he had enough of that. So Lohberger will be shooting the technical free throws. And then FPL will retain possession.
Well, I give the officials credit. They're not going to let that chirping get out of hand, right? So there's your warning. There's your technical. Enough's enough. Just play some basketball. There's Lohberger, 1 of 2. So 14 for Lohberger.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you allow it to a certain point.
I think that's human nature, but
Yeah.
then you can't let it first get disrespectful. And
who knows
when you get it too much, then that's setting a bad precedent as well. But 2-point game. FPL will have possession.
Fergie, tough take, tough angle. Can't get it to fall. Just hung on the front rim.
Did everything but finish there again, Brett.
About halfway through the second half, and kind of as we expected, Ricardo. It's going to be a close game, and I think we have a foul in FBL. So fouls now are starting to pile up here.
Number 3 for Fergie, Brett.
Yeah, his third. So both he and Lohberger have 3. And both teams now 16 fouls. So free throws coming the rest of the night, the rest of the way. And still with 9 minutes and 9.5 minutes to play. So we'll see a lot of free throw shooting here. Offensive foul on the Hawks. Wow.
Starting to see the whistles kind of pick up in frequency here, Brett.
Ramczyk picks up his second, 17 fouls now, so.
Bonus situation.
Yeah. Both teams will be shooting free throws, as I said. Miss on that. Tough rebound, though. Wow, going up, and that's a hard foul. Fight going to the line. 2 shots coming up.
I think he did a good job of getting his own rebound, Brett. 9:08 left here in the second half.
Ramczyk now picks up 2 quick ones. He's got 3, and a chance for Graham Fight, the junior guard, Ricardo, to tie this one up with a pair of free throws. Fight has 7, first trip to the free throw line. And Fight, nothing but net on the pair. So we are tied up, 9:08 to play. As we look at our Cellcom ETS performance scoreboard, 2 of the best teams around.
Not surprised that we're all tied up here, Brett. Under 9 minutes left. I think this is going to be, as you mentioned, down to the last possession or 2.
Yeah, two nice knocked away. That was number 3, Fight, knocking it away. Gives it to Fergie, and he's got the bucket and the lead. So a turnover leading to some points for the Foxes. Credit Fight for knocking it away, and Fergie with a tough finish. But two very offensively skilled teams, two teams that very physical, play hard, get after you defensively. Oh, tough take, and it's going to be an offensive foul.
Clearly, that was an offensive foul. You know, Lohberger had established himself in the paint there, Brett.
Something to think about now, too, Ricardo. That's 9 team fouls against Xavier, so it's double bonus the rest of the way for the Foxes.
Yeah, and 5 turnovers for the Hawks in this half. See what they had in the first. They only had 3 in the first.
Xavier 10-1, ranked 8th in Division III. The Foxes 9-0, trying to get to 10-0. Both teams looking like championship quality in their respective divisions. That was a good look, and chasing his own miss was Pappendorf.
Possession will stay with FEL. What I want to see more, if I'm an FEL fan, look, we know about Lohberger and Fergie. We need to see more production from some of their other guys, right?
Well, kind of looking like Pappendorf's got 4. Hygis right now with 8. Pappendorf gives it to Fergie. Fergie, a little spin move. 3 from the top. That was a good look for Fight. And another offensive second chance opportunity for the Foxes. Excuse me, as you can.
Was that Hygis making a nice play there to keep that alive?
Yeah.
And then possession will stay with the Foxes.
Here the Foxes fans appreciating the hustle. That's what I see. Both teams kind of do the same thing, right? Getting after it, swatting the balls away. Trying to keep possessions alive, getting those offensive rebounds. Almost knocked away as Lohberger was dribbling. He's got a little bit of a smile on his face. Look at that timeout situation. Only one timeout has been used this entire game. Xavier still has all 5 of its, and FPL 3 fulls and a 30-second timeout still to use for Coach Wendland. So between that and some free throws, we're going to be here for a while yet.
Fergie to inbound for FEL. Over to Fight. Back over to Fergie. Lohberger. Guarded by Hippus. Look at this.
Boy, it does a double team on him. Lohberger did well just to get rid of it. Look at Fergie double to triple teamed in the paint. Kicks it out. Lohberger with the rebound and still fighting for it. Another chance. They're going to let him play. You can see the defensive strategy, though, right now, Ricardo. Anytime Fergie or Lohberger get it, there's 2, sometimes 3 defenders. They're forcing them to get rid of it. And like you said, having somebody else step up. Knocked away by Lohberger. They're saying we want somebody else to be able to knock down those shots. We don't want Lohberger and Fergie to get going.
Absolutely. Somebody's going to have to step up, though. Fergie taking it himself.
Fergie saying, yeah, I'm still going to take it myself. He's got 11 and a 4-point lead for the Foxes.
7-0 run by the Foxes too, Brett.
And a timeout for Xavier is going to be a full timeout. And a good timeout by Matt Klarner to talk things over, regroup a little bit, maybe set up a defensive strategy like they did late in the first half, get a little bit of pressure, extend that a little bit. Foxes kind of struggled against that. Good game here. Hey, folks, we got a great deal on a digital subscription. Don't forget about that. Unlimited digital access for the next 6 months. All yours for just $1. Go to postcrescent.com, any of our USA Today Network Wisconsin sites. There's a little subscribe link at the top right of the site. Full access to national reporting with the USA Today Sports Plus app. The e-edition, that's a digital replica of the print edition. That's also included. Desktop, tablet, mobile device, whatever you use, full access. So $1 for the next 6 months. Please sign up for today. And again, we're back at it Friday night as Kimberly hosts Appleton East. Fox Valley Association Girls Basketball Showdown. We're kind of going back and forth. A boys game and then a girls game. There's just too many good games to choose from. Papermakers right now ranked 5th in Division I, while the Patriots are ranked 10th. Live coverage from Jack Whippick Court at Kimberly High School will tip off at approximately 7:15 p.m., and you can access our previous Game of the Week live stream on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. That's going to be a good one Friday night. Good girls game.
That's at East?
Kimberly.
Oh, it's at Kimberly? Okay.
Yeah. And I believe we'll be in the press box that night, too.
Ooh, I like that.
So let's see how the Hawks respond coming out of that timeout. A little bit of a flurry for the Foxes to take a 2-possession lead. Brightman now got to try to get him going left hand. Again, no pressure, Ricardo. He stays so patient when he's on the block or in the paint. And it seems like he's defended well, but he just kind of, just enough, a little bit of a little head fake, shot fake to clear some space. Pull up for Lohberger short, good look.
He has good footwork, and that's kind of a forgotten art, right?
It sure
in some ways.
Deep three, and whoa, rims out. Good rebound by Fergie, and here he comes. He's got to,
look at
that. Go up with the right hand.
Wow.
How did he finish that, Ricardo? He kind of pulled that ball back.
Coast to coast, baby.
Fergie with 13 points. Now Brightman again, he's double teamed. Good find on the weak side. That's what he can hurt you with too, right? He can hurt you with threes. He can hurt you inside on the block, and then when you double him up, he's got great vision. They say, I got my guy there, Quimby, he's wide open. I'm just going to put a little assist on the stat sheet tonight.
And it helps when you're 6'5", 6'6" as well.
Yes. Back and forth we go, a little over 5 minutes to play, and a great game. There's Fergie, and they're going to say no, and they're going to get it out. Brightman was on the run, but a little bit of a wayward pass. Brightman, though, somehow finds his teammate Pfefferly, who's fouled. He's going to the line. That's what Xavier does, too, on a miss. They'll shoot out, try to get an easy layup.
Well, this is Pfefferly trying to tie up the game, BC.
Fight with three. Pfefferly is 3 of 3 from the free throw line tonight, so a good guy to have at the stripe here to try to tie this thing up. And we both jinxed him. I'll blame Ricardo on that first.
Okay,
though.
That was on me.
And wow, gets them both. Can't drop either of them. 3 of 5 now from the line. Lohberger finds his guy. No, probably a good idea because I think that would have been contended. Number 23, Liam Hyges had it. Fox is content to kind of run some clock here, make a good shot, a great shot here on this possession. Let's see what they can come up with.
Yeah, and they're in the 4:30 mark left here in the second half. Nursing that 2-point lead are the Foxes.
Oh, deep three by Fergie. That's going to be, Well, you could tell right out of off the hand it's going to be a little strong. And now the Hawks with a chance to tie or take the lead. Pfefferly.
All these possessions are critical, Brett.
Yeah.
Nearing the 4-minute mark now.
There's Brightman again doing the assist work, finding Kroll. That's just good basketball by Brightman. Again, not trying to force the shot. Sees that he's defended well, finds his teammate wide open. Another assist, and we're tied up. Tough take. Leaner off the glass is a strong finish. Pappendorf, his first bucket of the half. He's got 6.
Very important bucket there, Brett. You kind of felt Brightman with those assists down low. Maybe momentum was kind of turning just ever so slightly over to the Hawks. Not so. Pappendorf with a big bucket, Brett. 3:36 left in the second half. 53-51. Fox Valley leading on your Cellcom ETS scoreboard.
Full timeout for FVL. How about the Badgers today? Congratulations. 88-72 victory over Nebraska. Badgers really filling the
they're on
stat sheet,
right?
I
was going to say they're on quite the offensive surge now.
They got some guys that can fill it up. Storr's a nice. Blackwell's a nice player. How about Marquette going down to Seton Hall today? Marquette's really struggling all of a sudden. Steelers on top of the Ravens. If you're interested in the NFL, I'll probably watch. What's the second game tonight? So that's
Is it the Bills?
Texans Colts.
Oh, Texans.
I don't know if I'm gonna watch that one. I'll watch some basketball.
I'll always watch it. I love the NFL.
I'll watch some basketball. See if there's some good games on. I don't know if the Bucks play tonight. Excuse me. Sorry for everybody for coughing in your ear. But how about that matchup between Giannis the other night and Victor Wembanyama? Huh?
Yeah.
Two freaks, you could say. My goodness, that was a show. You know, I'm a big Spurs fan, and I was even like, why are they putting this game on TNT? I mean, the Spurs are lousy this year. And ended up being a great call because Giannis and Wemby going at it back and forth, just showing their crazy skill set. That was fun to watch. The outcome wasn't fun. I was kind of hoping the Spurs would pull that one out.
Yeah, Wembanyama. Whew.
That behind the back move.
Yeah.
Jeez, for what? Was he 7'4", 7'5"?
Well, with the shoes on, he's probably 7'5".
Imagine what he's going to be like when he bulks up. He's kind of like Giannis when he came into the league, right? Real skinny, kind of a beanpole. Almost.
Oh, boy,
they're going to get.
Oh, that looked like that was clean, Brett.
Foul's going to go against Hygis. That's going to be the 8th team foul, so 1-1 coming up for the Hawks. Close.
Hygis is beside himself.
Pfefferly has to hit the front end here to get that bonus free throw. Last trip 0 for 2. Previous 3, he hit all 3. So let's see if he can find his stroke. And calmly hits the first one here in a big situation with 3:16 to play. Second free throw coming up. And short on that. So the Foxes still with a 1-point lead as we look at our Cellcom ETS Performance scoreboard. Xavier 10-1, FBL 9-0, almost lost that one. Who's going to take this shot, Ricardo? Fergie, Lohberger. You know the Hawks want to get it out of those two guys' hands. Fergie trying to work off that screen, but well defended. Lohberger, tough take, and whoa! They're going to say no shot.
Wow, that was Fergie. Oh, I'm sorry, Lohberger's like, how did you not count? But they're calling Hippis with the foul on the floor, Brett.
Yeah, but that's the 10th team foul, so 2 shots coming for Lohberger, double bonus the rest of the way.
That was a pretty finish there by Lohberger, though.
Yeah, he's got 14, Ricardo. He's 4 or 5 from the free throw line so far as well. 2 big free throws for the Conference Player of the Year in the Northeastern Conference, and he misses the first. Well, we thought it'd come down to the end, and here we are with 2:41 to play, a 1-point game. Lohberger trying to make it a 2-point game, does with that. So he's got, what, 15?
Nice underneath.
Yeah, and a great hesitation by Hayden Quimby right there. Again, not rushing the shot where the defender maybe could swipe it away. Just that's kind of old school basketball. Tied up, Lohberger from the top. That looked pretty good off his hand. Hawks with the rebound, a chance to take the lead with a little over 2 minutes to play. Pfefferly, there's going to be a foul, yep. That'll be team foul number 9, so 1-1 still coming up. Just picks up his third, and guess who's back to the line? Pfefferly. 4 of 7 is Pfefferly so far tonight from the stripe. And got the front end to fall, and now Hawks with the lead. I want this one to go into overtime.
Free basketball. Everyone will love it.
And got them both. Good job by Pfefferly to knock them both down.
Oh, and there's an
unforced error.
Yep.
And you can see Coach Wendland just kind of 14 points for Pfefferly. 2:03 to play. Double bonus now for both teams.
See, Bretton, this is where proponents of the shot clock would like that to be the case here, right?
Yeah, remember Lee Rubbis told us about that on the R&B or the 920 Sports podcast.
Yeah.
End of game situations is really where he sees the need for a shot clock.
Because, right, for 35 seconds here, more so.
Offensive.
Wow, Brightman called. And that's Hygis who got that call. And
Brightman picks up his
yeah,
second.
Brightman can't believe it, but that is a turnover.
And a big one at that. I think there's going to be a timeout coming, and a good one for the Foxes. Looks like we got a full timeout for FVL to talk things over. So here we go. Yeah, looking at the Bay and the Northeastern. FBL 7-0 in the Northeastern. How about Clintonville 7-1?
Yeah,
the Truckers playing good ball.
Surprising in the NEC.
Then you look at Freedom 5-2, Little Chute 5-3. Those two teams have been mainstays in the NEC race as well. Wrightstown 4-4. Looking at the Bay, 5-0 Xavier, then West Appear and New London 4-1, and everybody else after that. So we'll have to check and see if there's some other games we could do with these two teams down the line. Xavier, or I should say FBL and Clintonville played January 26th. FBL won that game on December 12th at Clintonville, 62-59, a good game. And looking at Xavier, when did they play West Appear? They'll be home on February 1st against West Appear. That might be a game we should potentially think about as well. So start flipping that calendar. You know, we kind of complain about January sometimes, but here we are a week into it already, and it kind of does go by, and all of a sudden it's February, and you're like, wow, we're really kind of getting crunch time. Girls already halfway through, more than halfway through their season. Kind of picks up after that holiday break. Lohberger, three from the top, is going to be short, and loose ball goes to the Hawks. Good look out of that timeout for your leading scorer. Now you're going to try to get a steal here as quickly as you can, but at some point you're going to have to foul. And that's a good foul, and try to extend this game a little bit with 54.3 seconds to go. Two shots coming up.
Quimby's very important free throws for Quimby coming up. 54.3 seconds left, BC.
Fourth foul for Hygis. And Quimby, first trip to the line today. He's got 4 points all in this half. But again, double bonus. And first one misses, so no matter what, it's going to be a one-possession game, even if he makes his free throw. And Quimby gets the second. But a three-point game. Chance for the Foxes here. They don't need a three right away. And Fergie in attack mode off the glass. Good defense, I think, by I should say Krull. And he's fouled by number 4, Pappendorf.
Let me tell you, unfortunate for FBL, they had two good looks there, Brett, by your two top scorers, correct? So those are the shots that you wanted.
Krull, his first trip to the stripe, again, double bonus. He's got 7 points, 5 in the first half. And a big one here to try to make it a two-possession game. Gets the bounce. .8 seconds to play. And nothing but net for Krull there. And certainly a tough climb here for the Foxes as Lohberger short on that. Rebound, and we got a foul against the Hawks. That was a nice rebound by Hygis. So not what you want if you're the Hawks and Matt Klarner, right? A chance for the Foxes to make this back to a one-possession game as the clock is stopped at 29.5 seconds to go. I just 0-1 from the line today.
Brett, Xavier with a 7-0 run here.
That's a big miss. Two-possession game no matter what. We got a timeout coming, a 30 seconds for the Foxes. Heck of a battle here. Fun game. Glad we're here again. Thanks to Mark Stein, the athletic director, for letting us be here today. We're back at it Friday night. As I said, Kimberly taking on Appleton East. That's a girls' showdown in the FBA. Papermakers 5th in Division I in the state. Patriots ranked 10th. 4 teams. Neenah, Hortonville, Kimberly, and Appleton East. 4 of the 10 spots in Division I state rankings taken up by the Fox Valley Association.
Finally getting that love. Ha!
Boys side, I want to say what? Oshkosh, well, Appleton North, Oshkosh North, and Kaukauna, right? These are your 3 teams from the FBA on the boys side. How about Appleton North? Chris Kellett, what he's been doing. All the way up to number 2 in Division I. They'll drop a little bit after losing to Fondy. Was that on Tuesday?
Yep.
But good stuff for the Lightning as well. Make for some interesting races down the stretch. Some pressure from the Foxes as the Hawks trying to get rid of it. And what do we have here? Timeout. Kroll was like, we're taking a timeout here, guys.
Again, 7-0 run by the Hawks here. They were down 54-52. Really impressed with both teams, Brett. Xavier, bouncing back nicely, Brett, with this game if they're able to hold on from their first loss of the season, right? So, doing a good job. And if you're FBL, and if this holds true, you take your lumps and you go forward because there's a long season ahead in the NEC.
Yeah, next week at Little Chute and Luxembourg Casco. Then they're at West Salem. 3 games coming up next week for Fox Valley Lutheran.
Ooh, West Salem. They were
that's at West Salem.
They were in the title game of the last 2 years in D3.
Actually, yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
Am I right? Because I think Brilliant beat them.
Part of the Midwest Players Classic at the Lacrosse Center, actually.
That's interesting. Pepperly, guess what? Shooting some free throws, Brett.
More free throws. That's to be Fergie's 4th.
So remember, at the end of the first half, Brett, Xavier to take the lead and kind of take command. They had a 10-2 run. Now they have an 8-0 run to end the second half as Lohberger.
Yeah, not over yet. And a quick timeout.
Strategy here, Brett, to foul as quickly as you can. Hope for a couple misses and another long one.
Sorry again. Could feel that tickle. Well, 11.6. Yeah, I mean maybe you can get one a quick steal within a couple seconds, but yeah, got to kind of lengthen, extend this game a little bit. But Lohberger's triple, obviously a one-possession game with 11.6 seconds to go. Anything can happen, right? Maybe you create a bad inbounds pass, get the loose ball and set up for what could be a game-tying 3. Anything could happen. And that's the final timeout as well for FBL. What Lohberger has right now. He's got 18. Fergie with 13. How about Pfefferly after those 2 free throws? He's got 15. Got it in pretty easily. Okay, quick foul. He's going to send Quimby to the line where he's 1 of 2. Big free throws here with an even 10 seconds to go.
At the line, shooting 2, number 3, Quimby.
Quimby, 2 big free throws coming up with exactly 10 seconds left here in the second half.
Yeah,
that makes it a 2
one.
position.
Yep. Good job by Quimby to knock that one down. And now it looks like the Hawks want to talk things over. So what can folks expect post-game coverage from this one, Ricardo?
Well, we'll have a little roundup that our staff does over the Saturday action. Then I'll have a little bit more on my upcoming Prep Chatter column where I'll talk to Klarner a little bit more about what he feels where his team is at this point in the season and how big of a win this was for them, especially coming off that loss, as we mentioned earlier, Brett. So they can look for that early next week.
Yeah, well, it came off the loss, but then had the win last night against New London.
And then you'll have my rankings as well. My updated rankings. There'll be a lot of movement on both the girls and the boys side because Nina fell as well, as we know.
When did the Associated Press state rankings come out?
Oh, we're going to start doing those. Let me see. What's the date? I think it might come out early this week.
Okay.
I have to double check. We got to get all our teams in this weekend, so to vote.
So I got to start using those rankings then.
That's right.
Quimby calmly hits the pair. Well done by the senior. Ooh. One more, and
was that who was that? Who hit that? Oh, they're conversing.
I don't know who's that. That was number 4, I believe. I think that was Pappendorf. Officials, I think, are determining if there's any time left on the clock.
Is that a 2 or a 3?
I thought it was a 2 or a 3. What are we trying to figure out here? Is there a technical? A technical foul on FVL, it looks like. With 0.8 seconds they put on the clock. Interesting. So Quimby back to the line.
Okay.
Well, Ricardo, though, even he makes one, I guess you have an opportunity, right?
I think you do.
Or no, I'm sorry, technical.
No, that's right. He would get the
get the ball back, yep.
Unless there's a steal off the inbound.
You have to do a steal and a quick shot. Often see 2 technicals in a game. And that is how it finally comes to an end. Xavier with the 63-60 victory in a heck of a game. Fun battle here at Fox Valley Lutheran High School. We knew it was going to be a good game. That's why we're here. And it lived up to it and then some. 63-60, first loss of the season for the Foxes. Now 2 straight wins after that only loss for the Hawks, beating New London last night in FBL today. And Ricardo's updating his Twitter account with the score, so be sure to give him a follow at Ricardo De Leon. I'm at PC Bretzi, and I guess before you head on down, Ricardo, some thoughts?
Again, as I mentioned earlier, I really like what I'm seeing from Xavier. There's a trophy here awarded. Did you know this, Brett?
No,
I didn't know that.
Crosstown Shootout Trophy. There you go.
Let me write that down.
Yep.
Crosstown Shootout Trophy. Really like what I see from both teams. Okay, now for FPL, we know about Lohberger. We know about Fergie. we need just a little bit more production from some of those role players. Because I think that Xavier really put a lot of attention on both Lohberger and Fergie. And I think you'd just like to see a little bit more production out of the rest of the team, which I think they'll have. They came in undefeated. For Xavier, Brett, I love the way they play. I think that translates well into D3, right? And you have to think that they're, well, D2 as well, FBL2 and D2 as well in terms of postseason success. For Xavier playing a division lower, I mean, we're used to seeing them, right, at the state tournaments and things like that. So I think it's going to be a fun ride for both teams here on out. Xavier really, I would think, one of the favorites in D3.
Very good game, very interesting game, and it's going to be fun watching these two teams, how they do in the respective leagues. I got to think that you got to feel pretty good if you're the Foxes to win the Northeastern Conference for a third straight year. And same for the Hawks winning another Bay Conference championship as well, and then see how battle-tested they are as they get ready for tournament play.
All right, BC, I'll see you, next Friday?
Well, we'll see you at Clubhouse Live.
Well, I meant for live stream. So, all right.
All right, sounds good. Let me run down the scoring before we sign off here. Let's start with FBL. Fergie with 13, Fight with 8, Pappendorf with 9, Lohberger 18, Liam Hyges with 8, and Last with 4. For the Hawks, have Pfefferly with 15, Quimby with 8, Desjardins with 5, Kroll with 9, Brightman with 18, Ramczyk with 8. With the victory, the 8th-ranked Hawks, they improved to 11-1 on the season. They are home against Wittenberg-Burnham next. That's on Tuesday, non-conference matchup. Tip-off is set for 6:30 p.m. at Torchy Clark Gym. The Foxes, they suffer their first setback of the year. They're still 9-1, though, on the season. And up next for FBL, they are at Little Chute, just down the road. That's Tuesday night, a Northeastern Conference matchup. Tip-off is scheduled for 7 p.m. Again, as for us, we will be back at it Friday night as Kimberly hosts Appleton East. That's a Fox Valley Association Girls Basketball Showdown. Papermakers ranked 5th in Division I, while the Patriots are ranked 10th in Division I as well. Live coverage will tip off at approximately 7:15 p.m., and you can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. Again, thanks to our sponsors, Cellcom, ETS Performance, and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Keep your fitness goals without breaking your financial goals. Get a new phone and smartwatch for less than $10 a month at Cellcom. Visit cellcom.com/deals for details. ETS Performance is the leading provider of sports performance training for athletes across the Midwest and Northeast Wisconsin. Visit etsperformance.com to schedule your free athlete evaluation today at the ETS location nearest you. And Cooney's, they have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Contact them today at 920-7310-922 or send them an email at coonies0922@sbcglobal.net. So for Ricardo, for Rosie, and the entire crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, this is Brett Christopherson saying so long from Fox Valley Lutheran High School here in Appleton, Wisconsin. Once again, the final score this afternoon, Xavier 63, FBL 60. Thanks for watching, everybody.